All right, and we're recording. We have one new player and one player returning from ancient times. Hasn't played in a while. Jesse, I would like you to give, sort of whatever you'd like to introduce yourself to the internet as, whatever's important to you. If nothing, that's okay too. And then describe your character to everyone.
Sure. I'm Thaddeus. I look like I've seen some shit. My hair's like a really short crop buzz cut. I'm going gray. Got a pretty grizzled beard going on. Walking around with a big glaive weapon, and look like your typical guy who wants to get into a fight any opportunity that he can.
All right, and Melrose, why don't you describe yourself? I know we already did, but it's been a while, so why don't you go ahead?
Other than very nervous because of this gentleman, yeah. All right.
Naturally.
My name is Melrose Salmasond. I am a turtle. I keep to myself a little bit. I'm very fascinated with basically anything that's old and bathed in magic. I have just a really simple like shoulder bag with me and a staff, and I've been practicing some stuff that may or may not have some weird preconceptions about it. And maybe if you're lucky enough, you'll see what I've been working on.
Cool. So I don't know if I told you this, Bucky, but everyone got a free feat. Did you also do that? If you want to do that while we're kind of playing here, just like pick a feat and apply it to your character. All right. Mm-hmm. So the first thing that we always do in these games is we talk about what y'all have been working on since last time. Bucky, I'm gonna just start with you because it's the most fun. Bucky, you put yourself on autopilot trying to investigate why Gathol wasn't teleported where every other place was. Mm-hmm. And typically what I do is I apply, like, basically the longer you've been away between games is the more you do. So you've been away for like 12 sessions. So you've just been really going nuts on this thing. So basically what you found out is Gathol staying put was actually part of the God War. So what some gods did is they protected certain locations. This is one of them, and to preserve humanity, because the way that their point system works on how like the war is working is they need humans to still be alive to worship them. So basically they isolated different pockets of the world to allow there to still be humans and not just full of monsters that can be swayed super easily, because basically they get more points for humans, which sort of digs you in a little bit to this point system. So basically some of the things that is happening is basically gods are trying to get favor from all the humans and gain points so that in the next epoch or the next cycle they could be more or less powerful.
Okay.
So quick question. When you say humans, is that specific humans or like humans, elves, dwarves, all the playable?
Yeah, like the
humanoid.
Yeah, humanoid. Yeah.
Okay.
Which
free will and all that.
Yeah, sort of the free willed sort of, those sorts of races. Yeah. Which I'll just kind of recap. Which Susie has actually been sort of seen physically last game that she was in. So you will remember a couple days ago or a couple games ago, Zalzu, you decided to harm the sun god Pelor and boost the moon god Selune. And what ended up happening is actually the days got shorter and the nights got longer after you did that. Like about an hour and a half, like of daytime lost every single day. That went by for a little while, and then Susie sort of reached out to her god to expel some favor and save her, and now you've moved down to about an hour. So it's sort of like you've seen that sort of power shift already. All right, cool. So let's talk about some other people's. Starfire, you're searching the Mage's Tower, and you find in it a scroll of magic circle. So basically, you're kind of rooting around in there, and you found that like basically like there are plenty of places in which like a wizened wizard might squirrel things away. So you think like basically the more time you spend here, you might find other scrolls or maybe other things. So this is like for out of game purposes, like if you spend time here, you might find magic shit. Okay. Cool. Zalzu, you were working on.
Was I sending a sending stone to the island?
Oh yeah, you were sending a sending stone to the. So you now have a communication with the brownies. So you bought two, you have one, they have one, so you can now communicate with them if you would like. So like if you go there, if you want reports or whatever. Like I imagine sort of like there's like a little like dug in house with like a couple brownies in there, like old school ham like radio operators. You know, they have like the big helmets and they're like attached to this rock.
Sitting in front of one rock.
Exactly. All right, Susie, you're still working on Badger stuff, and then we'll do the similar thing for Thaddeus, and next time if you want to continue playing. Cool. All right. So you all arrive back here. Oh, sorry. I'm just getting ahead of myself. I'm sure all of the adventurers meet. They're prepping to get into the teleporter, the waypoint that takes you to this city. And Susie, do you want to give your normal warning to all these adventurers?
How many potions you got?
I have none potions, man.
Thaddeus, if you want to roll 44 and then times that by 10, that's how much gold you will have.
2 potions there, ma'am.
Yeah, get them yourself. You have way more money than I do.
So healing potions are 30 gold each.
If you are broke, I will buy them for you.
Now I'm not well versed at this, so roughly how many do y'all think I should grab?
2. 2 is great. I would love it forever
2.
if you had 2.
Well, that's a little forward of you, but yep, I do have 2.
I only know love and healing. That's the same thing for me. There's actually no love. It's just punches. So you will like the healing potions over my punching. I'm just.
You
probably...
seem multi-layered, but I'm into it. All right, I got the potions for you.
All right.
The potions are mainly because everyone runs away from me. And by everyone, I mean Badger. And so I've had some hard luck out here.
Mm-hmm. All right. Cool. So you guys arrive here at the teleporter in Topside. We have not gotten descriptions from Melrose and Thaddeus. So we know what your character looks like normally. But you have to dress up in this sort of post-apocalyptic 80s universe to come here.
Oh, boy.
So I'm going to want Melrose to start off. What does your character look like? But, think about some fingerless leather gloves.
Oh, yeah.
Cogpunk universe.
I mean,
Go ahead.
leather is everywhere, right?
Yeah.
And you said there was dust.
Yep.
So I imagine I've got like perfectly circular round, like black glass goggles.
Yep.
When they're not in use, like hanging around my neck like a little sweet bow tie.
Mm-hmm.
I've got just a simple leather like driving cap. And let me see. I don't know. I'm already kind of dried out. I'm like kind of living the aesthetic with my turtle skin, but definitely some like thicker material like pants. That's
well, pants are good. At least you're not like Donald ducking it. Like that's great.
Come on, I have some self-respect. They have some like just bags kind of hanging from them, like little pouches and things.
Mm-hmm.
And I have a very awkward large leather vest. That same thing is just kind of like lined on the inside with pouches. various things.
So how does the vest work with a shell? Does it just is it like a is it like
Over the shell, it's real awkward. Nobody's gonna wear that but me. It's a custom job.
yeah? All right, Thaddeus, what do you got for your '80s look?
So Thaddeus has like a dark cloak on, and then around the shoulder is kind of like stitched together pieces of constructs that he's defeated over the years, and they're kind of like tapered together with like leather straps just around his shoulder pieces, and he has what looks like a cod piece over his armor. So he's wearing that around his like little his little skivvies. His butt's covered in like that cod piece, and then his glaive actually has like a giant like gear on the side of it, just as part of the connecting tissue of what straps the blade to the shaft.
Very nice, very nice.
Steve has more clothes than you do. Did I get this correct?
Well, I'm wearing a chain shirt. It's not very ornate. It looks really rusty and greasy. And
So that was already ready to go.
and chain leggings. They are not nearly as greasy. They're a little bit cleaner than the top is.
Cheggings, if you will.
Yeah, exactly. Thank you. Good term.
Inspiring
right.
style too.
Very nice, very nice. So you guys teleport here to this house, which is the former freedom fighter like safe house. It is now empty, but you do know that there is a similar house up at the top, but you have to get through the checkpoints. Now, Zalzu in the last episode he played, he did create what could be perceived as a multipass. So we will certainly see if that works.
Zalzu Dorney, multipass.
That's fantastic.
All right, but if you'd like to do anything here in the lower half, we can start there. So go ahead.
Have we done any sort of recon in the area that we're headed to?
No one's gone like that way, like north of the wall.
What kind of connections do we still have with the rebels?
You do know that
we know where to find the living ones.
Yeah. You know, most of them have sort of gone to the north side, but you know where to find them. There is a house there that you can find them in. Yeah.
Okay. To increase the likelihood that this pass will work, I'm wondering if it would be good to talk to the some locals in the shanty town and maybe set up some sort of distraction at the gate.
Okay.
That'll the guards will be like, "Oh, what? Yeah, whatever," and pass us through if it looks close enough. So I don't know what that would be. Just some loud scuffle, perhaps. So I say, before we head north, we go arrange something.
Starfire goes,
No problem. Oh, hey, that's right. Then that way we don't get any local townsfolk in trouble. So yeah, that's my idea. We set up some sort of convincing distraction before we show them the path.
And I can give you some guidance before you show the pass.
Okay.
All right. Anyone else want to do anything?
I think I want to help Starfire with that distraction.
All right. So you guys head out. You notice sort of these sort of the dirt walkways and these robots, kind of intermixing with the humans, sentries and things. There are these big iron spheres that float around and swivel. Imagine sort of those black drones in Star Wars, like that boop 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 boop, sort of floating around. They're sort of constantly observing you. You all arrive here and you can kind of see through this gate, and there are a bunch of robot guards and sentries, things like that, sort of standing around, and people are checking passes and kind of paperwork. It seems like only rich people basically are going through this gate. People will have passes and they'll show them, but then there seems to be some sort of assessment, and then some people are sent away as well. Shantytown is pretty close by. It was right over here-ish.
Look
so
down and up. Get down and up and go, I need another way in.
yeah. So the only one who really looks really nice is Starfire, because she's like kind of keeps
Yeah,
herself.
and we saw some like upper class people walking around. Were they using like litters, or were they just walking in a procession?
Yeah, so what they would do is they'd have sort of an entourage. Like there would be like
Mhm.
one rich person with an entourage of others, kind of, servants or whatever.
So to make more sense for Starfire to show the pass, and we're all whatevers.
It may.
The old Wookiee prisoner trick, but the Wookiee servants trick.
Yeah.
Starfire, are you able to cast a cast a little distraction and also bamboozle these guards that my amazing forgery work is legit?
Well, I'm wondering, like, how much do we really need the distraction? And honestly, like, maybe by creating the distraction, we might be exposing ourselves at the same time with all them little floaty eyeballs things. Like, I don't trust any of them, and magic still kind of looks like I'm doing magic.
Well,
You
maybe
know.
maybe we should. I don't want to get anybody in trouble. But is there a way we
Create a
can?
non-magical distraction.
Yeah, but with people that aren't us.
Yeah, I'll go just pick a fight with somebody.
But then, how do you get? You gotta.
Yeah, how do you get out of the fight? That's the problem.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
We gotta go. We gotta go talk to some sympathetic locals. I feel like, and ask them, like, hey, what can you do to, like, distract the guards, but not get taken away to a prison camp or whatever they do around here.
Yeah.
I mean, we could. Yeah, we could do that. Yeah, I was gonna say, like, just spitballing a couple ideas, like, from like an illusion magic side. Like, I could create a loud bang of some sort that might attract people, or I could do like an illusion. God, that draw that southern draw catches me every time. I could create like an illusionary fire, maybe, but if somebody tries to put it out, like it's not gonna act like a real fire. So I feel like they're gonna know something's up.
I mean, heck, if you think creating a fire might work,
I mean, we could create a real fire.
I've still got I've got a bonfire generator on me. But I guess that runs the risk of being.
I mean, there's a lot of wooden houses here, so I don't,
I
I don't want to be responsible for burning.
There's a surrounded by trees. We just take some trees out.
We play the meme of like the Family Feud where it's like, "What? How do you do to go into a bar? Wizard, fireball." Like, all right. So, what kind of people do you want to interact with? Like, do you want maybe some like people at a bar? You want to go to the shanty town? The workers.
I want to go to the shanty town. I want to, like, we met some guy by the well, right? That was helpful.
Yep.
We see if we can find him, and maybe he can point us elsewhere.
Yeah. So you find that guy again. So this guy is he's sort of making that stew. Basically, he has this sort of like constant stew pot going, right? And he's always sort of bragging about his soup rock and how it's the thing that really creates the best soup around. So everyone kind of comes and gets his soup. And there's a bunch of other hobos and things like that around. And he says, "You're back."
I say, well, I got a favor to ask. What's this guy? What's your name, buddy?
I don't think we named him last time.
Patsy? Is it Patsy?
It is now. Patsy.
Patsy, I need your help.
All right.
If you can help me, or if somebody else around here might help, we're looking to create a little distraction to get the guards looking the other way up at the gate, so that we can meet up with the rebellion up north.
All right.
I give him a gold. I don't say anything. I just push the gold in the general direction.
So he kind of takes it and he thinks about it and he's like, "All right, I'll give you some information, but remember, got to put something in the pot to get something out."
Oh, what do we got?
So we're gonna have each of you put something into this soup. that your character would have, or some sort of food or whatever. So we'll start with Thaddeus. Thaddeus, you go first. What do you put in the soup?
Just a little twig.
All right, Susie, what do you put in here?
It's like a moon-colored rock. Like I might have, colored it silver, or it might just be shiny. You don't really know.
I just put some lead silver paint on this rock.
And I say, I like do a prayer and I put it in there.
All right, Zalzu.
I pour a little, let's say, honey out of my alchemy jar.
All right. All right.
So food.
Melrose.
I'll reach into my vest and I'll take out a third pouch and I'll unzip it and I'll dump some iron powder into the soup.
All right. Starfire.
I just go, I'm so sorry for your dinner, and I cast prestidigitation on it so that it actually tastes good.
He's like, all right.
What about that kosher salt, man?
He says, if you're looking for people to cause distractions that won't get, put in the cog prison, usually the workers are going to be the best people. If you go and you give them a little extra, the automatons are usually a little bit less forceful on them.
Excellent. Well, where do they hang out?
By the warehouses and the mines down here.
Great. Well, thank you so much, and I'll flip him another gold.
Nice.
Just to keep him happy. All right. Let's head on down and talk to the workers and get them to unite.
All right. I don't know. So what I'm thinking here is like the stuff that you put in here. What do you think the likelihood that it kills these people? Like,
it's gonna taste fine.
Yeah, it'll taste fine. So they're probably gonna eat a lot of it.
Wait, what else?
It's better in iron. It's gonna.
do you think it's like
what?
30% this guy dies after putting iron powder in there?
Well, it's probably the lead in the
do
paint.
that.
Yeah,
If you blend, it was the lead in the paint. If you blend like Cheerios or some high iron, maybe not Cheerios, cereal, you can literally magnet out some iron from it.
It looked like the
Science.
It's iron and
It's
force.
fine. That's a
All
big
right.
That's a
pot.
good
they got.
food.
That's a big soup pot.
You've convinced me. Fine. It's diluted enough. It's like yeah, if you dilute bryomyated vegetable oil over so much Mountain Dew, you're gonna be fine, right?
Like we're not saying he's gonna poop tomorrow, but like
Coke
he
cleans
might have an
anything.
upset stomach for a little bit.
Okay. All right. So you guys go down to the workers. This is a place of, sort of gruff, sort of soot-covered dwarves and humans that are sort of working this. They're like basically like not quite slaves, but you definitely think a robot has given these people some lashings every once in a while, So what do? You see him coming and going.
Comrades, gather to me.
Us or them? Is it us? Them?
That's right.
I'll just come.
You see a couple people look over, but they don't. Maybe
Who
give me
wants
a
to pull
persuasion check to see if you gather anyone.
Let's say, who wants to pull a fast one on the clankers or whatever?
Good.
Ah,
All right.
Wait, let's go. Hold on.
All right.
All right.
Jesse, or Thaddeus, since you kind of look like you sort of fit in with these guys the most, physically. What do you do to help him so he doesn't get a natural one, or do you just let him fall on his face? What do you want to do?
I cast no.
Fireball.
I mean, fireball fixes a lot of problems. Yeah.
Sorry, what did he just do?
So he's trying to gather people up, and people don't seem to really be listening to him. So if you want to give him advantage by helping him out,
What time of day is it?
it's probably like mid morning. Like you're sort of getting the night shift has stopped, and the day shift is coming on type thing?
Yeah. So, is there like a portcullis to this area or anything like that, or is there some
Sure.
sort of door that we can close?
Yeah, it's sort of open, but if you guys want to stand up, you could kind of close the door and sort of cut them off.
Yeah, I
if
want
you
to
want.
try and like block their exit. I want to get in the way, of exiting the area.
All right, so they don't want to listen to Zalzu, right? They try to walk past him, but you just stand in the way of them, and they turn back and actually listen to him. So
Hey, sorry. I know I'm not. I'm not the I'm not the most charismatic speaker. But listen, I got a great. If you want to help out the cause of the workers, do you want to stick one to the robots that put a metal boot in your face every day? All I need is a little ruckus up by the gate.
they look at each other, and one of them hands you a piece of paper, and it says it's a little bit weathered, but you can definitely tell it's been used enough and read enough, and it just says cause ruckus 20 gold, like, and then it says fight some guy 10 gold, like, and it just sort of lists out a bunch of things that people have made these guys do in the past, just like, so you know that this is like a thing.
Yeah, Starfire looks at it and says, "You guys are pros."
Is this for just one person to go fight one person, or is this a group rate that we're talking about here?
Yeah. So the group rates are actually at the bottom if you look down
yeah,
there,
I didn't read
and then
that.
and then of course there's the gratuity included with parties over 6. So
Naturally, you guys put yourselves out.
Is it a separate perception check if I try to haggle them?
yeah, persuasion check. Yeah, does anyone want to help haggle?
Yeah, sure. Yeah, I'll help.
Okay.
I mean, I can cause a ruckus. I mean, the trick is, like, don't get me wrong. I mean, I'll do it for free. What I'm saying is
What he's saying is
I can make
comrades to stand up and to help us infiltrate the north and meet with the rebellion. And,
All right.
the greater good and all that.
Give me another persuasion check.
Oh my god! And this is an advantage.
Yeah, with advantage. Yeah.
No way! I gotta get more
Was
charisma.
that the one?
Yeah, you got the 5 at least.
So here's what happens. So he says, why don't you go ahead and flip that thing over, and then you flip it over, and then it says like haggler's price 50 gold.
No way, man.
I'm thinking we should just leave some literature and leave.
Well,
No, we gotta get a. We got 20 gold.
So yeah. So it'd be 20 gold for these guys to cause a ruckus for you.
I will commit all of my money to this cause, which is 2 gold.
Okay, we got 4. That's 14 so far.
I'll give him a 20 outright. How about that, everybody?
All right,
I understand these things aren't cheap, and we're trying to change hearts and minds here. So
Thank you.
have at you, y'all. You know what? I'll make it
Your money.
25 for your time and
Hey.
patience.
They thank you, and they're like, all right, we'll meet you there in 10 minutes. We gotta go get our costumes on and make sure we have the right equipment. And like one of them gets out like a clipboard, and he's stage managing this whole thing. Like you can tell, like they really are getting into it now.
I check the paper for any mention of leaving literature, and if it doesn't say anything, I leave some literature.
Sure, literature left. All right,
Sorry.
so you head out. You're at the gates. You can see them. There's a rowdy crew of people that are ready to go. As soon as you give them the signal, they'll start that ruckus. So take it away.
All right. So what's
I
this?
guess-
The signal is going to be me adjusting my goggles,
Okay.
and we'll make sure to come from a separate angle, and I'll give Starfire the forged note, and I just make sure the rest of the party walks behind her.
And just to make sure I understand, what is the note that we have here?
It's like
This is-
it's like pretty much says that you and all your servants are allowed access to the.
it's a writ of passage. or
Yeah.
something.
Yeah.
Okay.
How
Great.
nice.
Great, great, great. Yeah,
Mhm.
sure. So before we approach the guards, I take off my poncho, which
Mhm.
is, and just have my like usual
Fancy
like
garb.
finer dress.
Mhm.
And as we're coming up to the gate, I say, "No, everybody, be on your best behavior. Look down, look down, look down."
Yeah.
And
Don't look up in the eye.
as I'm chastising them, I don't look at the guard, and I just like hand over the paper.
And I adjust my goggles as he hands the paper over.
All right. So Gary, go ahead and give me a persuasion check at advantage if you'd like to throw anything else. Like I'm open to suggestions
Get
on things
a
other than.
D4 and add the number.
Yes, and
to-
you have been provided Salune's guidance. So go ahead and add a D4 to that. Nice. All right.
17.
So this ruckus breaks out. They kind of all look over. A couple of the guards leave. Things are kind of confusing. And then this guard kind of looks over your paper, and he's looking over, and he says, "Move along, move along." And
All
then
right,
you guys
come on.
all look through. So you make it up. You make it up to the top section there. So you head out. There is, this place is much nicer. Like it still has that sort of like, post-apocalyptic feel, but up here it's like, now you can see into windows, and there are like nice houses. So you can tell that this part of the society is the part that's like, the apocalypse is only happening outside of our windows. We don't have to worry about that stuff. You know what I mean? Like these people, are definitely,
Secure.
feel like they're on the top of it, right? So they're like, there's a whole bunch of different TV shows, but imagine like District 1 in Hunger Games, or like the front of the train in Snowpiercer. Like this is where it is.
And as we're looking around, I want to keep an eye on security, see if there's any change in all those floating eyes or anything else like that.
Yeah, there is much less security here. There are still some, you'll see a guard walking around, but they'll like now there's actually places where like if you look around, you could plan it out so that there would be no guards around, whereas before there was basically always a guard.
And are all guards the automatons?
So yeah, they're all going to be those sort of mechanical things. There are different
Okay.
versions of them. Some of them they're spheres. Some of those are the net robots. Some of them are others. You also see more powerful robots. Like you see a few of those assassin ones kind of working around. So while there may be less, the ones that there are may be more powerful.
Right.
Cool. So you guys head out to sort of a house up here, which is the Freedom Fighter location here. You go in, and in here you see the two male dwarves, Merrick and Galvrick. So they welcome you in. They say, "I'm glad you made it past the wall. It's not always the easiest. How'd it go?"
Pretty good. We had the paperwork. They let us in. We had a little distraction going on at the same time, so it just grease the wheels a little, but easy peasy.
Excellent.
Candy.
Excellent. So, what we've been working on for you here to get you into the castle is a little bit of a great scheme, we think. And then the other dwarf's like, yeah, I'm pretty proud of this. And he like sort of wheels out like a chalkboard and sort of flips it over. And he's
Sounds
like,
a good plan.
okay, so the king's court is having a big celebration tonight, and they just so happen to have hired a brand new party of bards to do some kind of, I don't know, it's a comedy routine or something. I don't really know about it, but so it's a comedy routine, and our plan is that you guys go intercept these bards, right? You dress as them, and then you go in. And we also found out, so the reason why it's such a good thing is the green room for these bards just so happens to be right next to the elevator. And he has all these like plans and schematics and stuff like that laid out. was like, "What do y'all think?"
I love it.
I love it.
Great idea. I'm an excellent persuader, which means I'm a great improver, and it's gonna go great.
My only wish is that Coil was here.
Yes.
I think Coil would
He would have
crush
loved it.
this.
Really rounded out the group.
Yeah.
Excellent straight man.
He sort of looks at Susie, who's like, just sort of seems like she sort of has this 1,000-yard stare, and she's like, what do you think?"
Is there another plan?
Oh, nope, that's the only one I got.
There were 4 bards, not 5 bards, right? And then there was an assistant, right?
Let me look. He sort of looks
Could be
like,
a props master or something.
I'm pretty sure I've heard of these guys. They're called the 5 Bars.
yeah. There's definitely 5 of them. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
So it looks like you're gonna have a lot of fun then. Great, excellent.
All right, so the elevator is next to is the elevator that goes down to.
Yeah, the elevator that goes down into the
Okay.
yeah. All right, and he says, but we're gonna need you to do a little bit of work for us before we tell you where the bards are.
Oh, there's always a catch.
Yeah,
Bard
they're.
parts not work? That sounds like work to me, being a bard.
How many rats you got us to kill in your basement? Come
Oh,
on.
so many rats. All right, so here's the
Locked in
thing.
basement.
Down here in this enclosed area, we found out that they've been hiding the other freedom fighter that betrayed us. Their name is Foy. They're the other human female. She, you guys left some warnings, I guess. She took them. So we're gonna need you to go find her and deal with her. Now, just so you know, this place is heavily guarded. So if you want to capture or kill her, whatever you want to do, I'll leave that up to you. But just be careful, because we've heard some rumors that she's being protected. So
Is she being held prisoner by them, or is she being protected by them?
protected by them. Yeah.
And why? What do you want us to do? Is there information? Is this revenge? Like, why her?
Well, she infiltrated us once, and not everyone knows that she's a traitor yet. So if she ever tries to come out or do anything, she could pose a threat to us.
Well, surely it would be best to capture her and somehow prove she was a traitor to everybody else to keep the ranks together of the rest of the rebellion.
Yeah, capture,
Being
kill.
killing, like, just so much easier to do the latter.
Also, I'm a little suspicious of 2 women in your organization rebelled against the organization. Is this a creepy, toxic environment y'all are running around here, or?
Yeah,
They look at each other nervously. Go ahead and make an insight check.
Oh!
An insight check?
Yeah.
Well, I'm bad at that too. So.
Yeah.
Oh, Zalzu.
Zalzu
rolls out now.
Zalzu believes them. He's like, no, it wasn't toxic or anything here. No way.
I mean, everybody else is listening.
Does anybody else feel
That
like
could
we're
all-
working for the patriarchy?
Well, capture
Standards when I do
definitely.
my work, gentlemen, and fair and equal treatment of my employees is one of them.
Oh yeah, we agree. Certainly.
Ugh.
Really?
If you all want to roll if anyone else wants to roll an insight check, feel free. Yeah, go ahead, roll it up.
Oh, I'm good at.
If you're good at it, yeah.
Hey.
Everyone else thinks that they're like, maybe it was a coincidence, but maybe not. Freedom fighters. I'm not gonna say they did anything bad, but who knows?
For debate.
Yeah.
Okay.
You think they might be questioning themselves a little bit? Certainly now that it's brought up.
Well, and just if they start the process of thinking about their behavior, then I've done all the good I can. I said we should try to capture this lady, if only for not breaking up the rest of the rebellion with
Yeah.
our friend disappeared. What happened? There's whatever assassinations in the ranks.
All right.
Really approves of
Drag
the
her
lethal method
along.
here.
Cool.
Well, I'm sure there'll be plenty of other people to kill that are
You're,
protecting her.
you're in charge of her. That's all I have to say. I'm not. I don't take prisoners.
All right.
we flash back to the other times Susie has said I don't take prisoners. I want 2 pieces of your past, a vignette, if you will, of you saying I don't take any prisoners, or why you don't take any prisoners.
I had a prisoner. I fed them, and they just spit it at me. Right in my face. Like, I give you food, and you just don't even want to eat it. That's fine. And then the other one died.
Oh. Yeah. What'll happen?
I didn't feed them.
I don't take prisoners because I'll forget about them like a house plant.
I didn't feed the goldfish, and they didn't make it. They're jerks, and they're a lot of work.
Why do you think I don't have children?
All right.
So, just a quick thought on this whole prisoner situation. I ask American, what is it, Galvright?
Yeah, Galbrick. Yeah.
Galvrick. So let's say we're able to capture her and bring her back. Do you all have the facilities to deal with a prisoner here?
Yeah, we can definitely handle a prisoner if you get
Okay. And then another point of interest, and I turn to the rest of the party. We're gonna have to bring a prisoner through the streets of the city afterwards.
Well,
one of the dwarves is like, oh, you can just use the Wookiee prisoner trick. No problem. It works every time.
Yeah, but there are a lot of prisoners around here.
Oh, yeah,
We
yeah.
got the,
Prisoners all the time. Totally constant thing.
I mean, we got any spells or anything? Surefire ways to, knock her out.
I got hypnotic
Yeah.
pattern.
Sleep. I put her to sleep, but like not aggressively, just real peaceful.
Tap the back of the
Okay.
head.
I got hypnotic pattern, which is a
Choke
bit
her
more
out.
powerful than sleep.
Okay.
Well, that
So
might
we
actually
can
work better. Yeah.
hypnotize her, and that'll incapacitate her for a full minute.
A minute?
That's enough time. It's enough time to tie him up.
Not to get them through the streets to the house.
No.
What,
We'll have to
what's,
be
what's
fast.
what's your laughter spell do? How long is that?
That is they save every 6 seconds.
Oh,
So
fuck.
I don't think that's gonna work either.
Yeah.
In my head when Melrose was like, oh yeah, I could just cast sleep on them. He just holds up a billy club like sleep.
Yeah, is it if it does metagame rule
Yeah.
question? Do D&D rules of like knocking someone
Yeah,
out,
you
or
can-
choking them out?
Yeah,
is
you
that,
can knock
like,
them out. That's fine.
Okay,
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
not
Yeah.
like it's a cartoon. It's not like real life.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
She's brain damaged now. Oh,
Yeah, definitely a
okay.
cartoon. This is like definitely on the
Okay.
cartoon side.
Well, we
And
can
then
do that
we'll
then.
just weekend at Bernie's this person back here.
Yeah.
I love this. Yep.
Yep.
Our friend is drunk.
Yeah, I think from like a rule set, like in the player's handbook, you can declare any martial attack as a
Non-lethal.
non-lethal attack.
Yeah.
You can't do it with spells or like arrows and shit.
You're right.
But,
Yeah, I was gonna say. Okay.
yeah, but you can do it with a
Non-lethal
hand axe
arrow?
if you want to.
Sure, you hit him with the side of the axe or whatever.
Yeah.
All right.
All right, cool. So
Okay.
we're gonna head out to the thing. But we're gonna take a quick break here, and then we'll be right back.